Being brave doesn't mean you're never afraid. It means doing what needs to be done despite being afraid. This month we'll be talking about courage, and our theme will be fear factor, as in not letting fear factor into the decisions about how we live. I'm standing next to an emergency vehicle today because the first thing I thought of when I was starting to prepare for the lessons is an emergency that my neighbor's 9-year-old grandson, Mitchell, had. He was recently diagnosed with a cancerous brain tumor. Check out this Care Page post his mom wrote regarding his first treatment. Mitchell was a trooper when we first arrived. Though quiet, he seemed ready for what was to happen. He hung in there while his port was accessed. Shortly after, we headed into the room where the radiation would take place. He hopped up on the table without hesitation and sat and looked at Nate and I. It took the techs a few minutes to do their last-minute preparations, but then it was time for him to turn over on his belly. Immediately, his eyes teared up, and he didn't want to. I took his hand and told him that it would be okay and that the radiation wouldn't hurt. All he needed to do was get comfy in his special mold and take a nap. After a few deep breaths, he agreed and turned over. Here was our little boy, terrified beyond belief, and yet still did what he was asked. Talk about courage, doing what needs to be done despite being afraid. Mitchell is a great example of that for us, don't you think? This month we'll be talking about Psalm 56:3. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. And so we're going to start in a ball as if we're afraid and go like this. When I am afraid, I will, you're going to put your left arm over your chest, trust in, right arm over your chest, you with your arms up high. So I will trust in you. So do that with me. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. Do that one more time. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. And of course, you can end with a hearty huh, like the kids like, of course. It's my prayer this month that as we teach these kids this verse and we talk about courage through the stories of David, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and Esther, and Daniel, that it would just be planted deep in the hearts of these kids, that when a scary time comes, whether it's an emergency like Mitchell had, or a dentist visit, or just their dark room at night, that they'll be able to recall these courageous stories in the Bible, and especially Psalm 56:3. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.